You've got a working holiday visa in your pocket. You've got a one-way ticket booked. And you have absolutely zero idea what you're doing next. Which jobs actually pay? Where do you live without getting ripped off? How do you make this visa last longer than 3 weeks before you run out of money? I'm going to answer every single one of those questions, right here, on this channel. Welcome to Backpack Australia. Let's get into it. During our many years of managing working hostels and traveling around Australia, we have seen many guests fail to achieve their goals and return home disappointed. Don't let this be you. Here's the truth nobody tells you before you get on that plane. Australia is extraordinary. It's also expensive. It's remote. It's hot. It's occasionally trying to kill you with things that have too many legs. But tens of thousands of people just like you do this every single year. They arrive broke. They leave rich in money, in stories, in friendships that last a lifetime. The difference between the ones who struggle and the ones who thrive. Information. The right information, at the right time. That's exactly what this channel is built to give you. On Backpack Australia, we cover 4 things: the hustle, jobs, money, and the skills that make your bank account smile. The hostel, how to survive, thrive, and actually enjoy communal living. The adventure, the best places, the hidden spots, the experiences you'll be talking about at 40. And the visa, because if you don't understand the rules, you can't play the game. Let's talk money, because this is why most working holiday trips either fly or fail. Australia has one of the highest minimum wages in the world. We're talking over $24 an hour. That's not a typo, that's Australian dollars, and that's the floor, not the ceiling. The money is real, but you need to know where to find it. Farm work, hospitality, construction, aged care, these are your 4 big sectors as a working holidaymaker. Each one has its own culture, its own perks, and its own traps. Farm work also unlocks your second-year visa. Not all farm work is equal. Some will pay you well and treat you like a professional. Others will try to rip you off on piece rates. We'll teach you how to tell the difference before you sign anything. If you're serious about your Aussie adventure, do 2 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. Then, jump on our email list for exclusive updates. The link is in the description. Our email list gets content that doesn't make it to YouTube. Job leads, hostel discounts, and visa deadline reminders. Don't miss it. Here's something the travel blogs don't talk about enough. Certifications are currency in Australia. The right certificate can seriously change your earning potential. An RSA, Responsible Service of Alcohol, takes 1 afternoon and costs under $50. It unlocks bar work, events, and festivals. Suddenly your income goes from minimum wage to tips on top. A white card gives you access to construction sites. Construction in Australia pays extremely well. It's one of the most valuable certifications you can get before you arrive. First aid certification opens doors everywhere: resorts, outdoor adventure companies, childcare. We'll tell you exactly which certifications are worth doing and how much they cost. All the links are in the description below. Here's a question I want you to answer in the comments right now. What is the one thing you're most nervous or confused about before your Australian adventure? Is it money, finding work, the visa rules? Drop your question below. We read every single comment. Your question might just become our next video. Let's talk about where you're actually going to sleep. Your first night in Australia, there's a high chance you're in a hostel. If you've never stayed in one, let me set your expectations correctly. A hostel is not a hotel. It's also not a disaster. It's a community. It's the place where your first Australian friendships start. It's where you'll meet the person who tells you about the farm job that changes your whole trip. It's where someone shares a meal with you on the night you're feeling homesick. That's the upside. Now let's talk about the rules. Turn your light on at midnight in a dorm. Eat someone's labeled food from the fridge. Leave your wet towel on someone else's bunk. These are the cardinal sins of hostel life. Hostels aren't your only option, and they're not always your best option. Australia has caravan parks, share houses in every major city, and farm accommodations that sometimes come free with your job. Before you check out to save a few bucks on somewhere else, consider what you are giving up. We have seen countless travelers regret moving out because they instantly lose access to unadvertised job leads and their social circle of friends. Since hostels strictly enforce guest-only policies, you can't just wander back in to hang out or secure a farm work contact once you hand over your keys. You might save a fraction on rent, but you will completely miss out on the connections that make the trip. Short stay in the city? Hostel, working regionally for 6 to 12 weeks? Look for included accommodation deals. Setting up in a city for a season? A house share gives you your own space and saves you money but lacks hostel benefits like jobs and vibe. The goal is always the same. Maximum comfort, minimum spend, so your adventure fund stretches as far as possible. We try to read every comment, but with so many travelers asking for help, I can usually only give general advice there. If you need a specific answer to your unique situation, hit that join button. Members get priority responses. Members also get early access to our job board updates, visa deadline alerts, and our hostel contact database. The link is right there under the video. Let's step away from the practical for just a moment, because here's the thing that no spreadsheet or visa checklist can capture. Australia will change you. I don't mean that in some vague inspirational poster kind of way. I mean it literally. The scale of this country does something to your sense of what's possible. When you're standing at the edge of the Nullarbor, when you're on a boat in the Whitsundays and you can't see another vessel in any direction, when you watch a sunset over the red centre and the sky looks like it's on fire, you stop thinking about the small things, and you start thinking bigger. That's why we do this. Not just for the money, but because Australia has a way of making you a larger version of yourself. Australia is big, absurdly big. The continent is roughly the same size as the continental United States. But the population is only 26 million people. Most of them are crammed into the coastal cities, which means once you get off the tourist trail, you have some of the most extraordinary landscapes on Earth almost entirely to yourself. Cairns is the gateway to the reef and the rainforest. Byron Bay is where the counterculture never quite left. The Kimberley in Western Australia is arguably the most dramatic landscape on the planet. Tasmania is another world entirely. And the wine regions, Margaret River, Barossa, Clare Valley, because working harvest season might be the most delicious job you ever have. We can't wrap this intro without touching on the visa. The working holiday visa, subclass 417 or 462 depending on your passport, is one of the most generous working visas any country offers. You can work, you can study for up to 4 months, and you can travel everywhere. The rules around extending to a second and third year have changed in recent times. If you're operating on outdated information, you can miss your window. We stay current so you don't have to guess. Every time something changes, we'll update you. That's another reason that email list matters. Visa deadlines don't care if you missed the notification. So that's what Backpack Australia is about. The hustle, the hostel, the adventure, the visa. Everything you need to make the most of your time in this country, delivered straight and practical, no fluff. Subscribe, join the email list, and drop your question in the comments. In the description and the pinned comment, you'll find affiliate links for the best job boards and skills courses we personally recommend. We only link to things we'd use ourselves. Every backpack has a story. Go out and write yours. See you in the next video.